Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The single best idea, which is probably that today was the single most original jobs day ever. It's a Tuesday, and we had a sort of kind of like October jobs report, a November jobs report, 2 weeks after we were supposed to see it. And then I guess we move on to January. In 2 days, we have the inflation report, which I think is pretty much normal. But don't hold me to that. I'll talk to Mike McKee about that. It's an odd time coming out of government shutdown. One of the oddities we've seen is rotation in the market, bringing up a theory which goes back 100 years, the Dow theory. The Dow theory is that the stars align when the Dow Jones Industrial Average and the transportations and the utilities go up together or down together. A lot of good academic work on this in the 1930s and the Depression, and it was sort of gospel through World War II and on to my parents' 50s and 60s. David Rosenberg of Rosenberg Research on the Dow theory.
The Dow theory advocates obviously like what they're seeing. I don't know, Tom, if you look at it more from a fundamental perspective, what the transports are really telling you, except for the fact that oil and fuel prices are coming down. So there's a historic inverse correlation of minus 50, minus 60% between what oil prices do and the transports. So the transports are seeing their margins improve because of this exogenous development taking place on the oil price going down. Is it giving any confirmation on the economy? I would push against that view.
Really interesting idea there on oil. Of course, the oil, Brent crude, the global price under $60 a barrel, West Texas Intermediate, the American price, so much based off Texas and Oklahoma. West Texas Intermediate clocks in under $56 a barrel. Those are wow statistics into the end of the year. I do want to note here that David Rosenberg spoke of Stephen Myron's disinflationary call and really gave it some credence. There's a raging debate about what inflation will be Q1 of next year and into, say, 4th of July Q2. What will we see, say, the end of May? What will we see in that inflation report of June of next year? What a raging debate right now. We'll do a lot on that, I'm sure, in the next 6 months. Think tank of the year, without question, the Budget Lab at Yale. Their leadership on tariff analysis was outstanding. Martha Gimbel drives the ship, Ernie Tedeschi, with a shout out for the work on tariffs. They're now beginning to look at AI. And they have an initial report. They make clear that it's just a first report of many to come. This is the Budget Lab at Yale, and they're Martha Gimbel on AI.
I mean, it would be unusual, right, for there to be no labor market disruption when you introduce a major new technology. I think the thing that everyone keeps forgetting, right, is that it takes time for technological disruption to happen. It took decades for electricity to disrupt the labor market. It even took a pretty long time for the internet to kick in, right? It wasn't like immediately in 1997 we were changing all the things. And so, AI feels so big, and people are expecting to see, impacts immediately. And that's just not how companies work.
Martha Gimbel at the Budget Lab at Yale. It's single best idea. It's on a podcast. AI, we use AI every day here. That's on Apple, on Spotify, on YouTube podcasts. It's single best idea.